what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the DC Multiverse Green Arrow figure based on the television series Arrow, and of course you know this is from the McFarlane Toys line too. So I am kind of excited about this because I am a huge fan of the actual TV show, you know. I've seen like all like the episodes, you know. I've watched the entire season. I actually had the very first episode I had missed, but I've seen like the whole rest of like every season, every single episode basically but one. Now, like I say, I am definitely I was anticipating picking this up, you know, because it'd be cool just to have like a Green Arrow figure, you know, like an Oliver Queen, you know. And this is, of course, a Steve Amell version too of the Green Arrow. So I am definitely excited about picking this one up. And I actually had to order this because I haven't been able to find this in any of the stores like Walmart, like Targets, you know, or even GameStop. Now I'm betting it's probably in GameStops, you know. But I actually had to order this, and I ordered it from a GameStop too as well, you know. But I'm going to just get on into this right now. So as you can see, this is the box that contains that Green Arrow figure based on the television series Arrow. So you can see him with inside with like the car, you know, and its accessories. It says Green Arrow right here on the side, and of course based on the Arrow show. Then Green Arrow right here, McFarlane Toys, you know. Then it has an image of him on the back, too. And you can see the other cards, you know, what the other figures that you can kind of collect, you know. So I'm going to just open this on up. This right here is the background diorama that contains like the accessories and of course the collectible card for the Green Arrow figure, or you guys should say the Arrow TV series. That this right here is the actual card. You can see Steve Amell, fan of Arrow, and I'm a huge fan of this series, you know. This is one of my favorite TV shows, which has in it, you know. Now I like this as always, you get like the source material on the back, you know. It says this is based on the Arrow TV series. And I guess like from 2018, because I even forget which season this particular outfit was based on, you know, because his outfit did always like change throughout the seasons. Now it says that his height is 6'1". That's interesting. His real name, of course, is Oliver Queen, and his weight is 181 pounds. And then it has like the origin about him following Oliver Queen's shocking decision to turn himself over to the FBI and reveal his identity as the Green Arrow to the public. Oliver has spent the past 5 months in prison while his team was left behind to protect Star City. He is determined to keep a low profile to shorten his sentence for the sake of his family, but Oliver's limits will be tested when he and Team Green Arrow are pitted against the most ruthless villains they have yet to face. So you can tell it's actually even based on a particular season of Arrow too as well, you know. But that's kind of cool. As usual, you get the usual DC logo stand, which has like the peg up here, and then the DC branded logo. As you can see, there's the Green Arrow figure based on Arrow from McFarlane Toys. So what I'm going to do is actually measure him. And he's like over 7 inches, almost about 8, you know, with him being on the stand. Now he actually comes with, I guess you could say kind of 3 accessories, or you could say 2 accessories. The first accessory comes with is this actual bow and arrow. And I guess you could say this is nicely done. It's kind of like plastic, you know. And it has like the arrow like built into it, so you can't take this arrow out. It's actually like made of it, you know. Which is pretty cool. But it's actually just made, you know. Then he also has like now this right here, as you can see, it kind of is like a 2-piece. Like his trick arrows, I know that's what he really calls these, you know, because he has like different kinds like of arrows, like explosive arrows, smoke arrows, gas arrows, grappling arrows. You know, he has so many different kinds, so he call them like trick arrows. But what you can do is actually take this out the quiver, and this right here is the actual quiver, as you can see right here. And that's like the peg hole, I guess, if you want to put it on his, I think his back, if I'm not mistaken. But that's how the front of it looks. And it has like the arrow, like a logo right there at the top. I think that's kind of cool. Then he has like some arrows right here too as well. And like I said, again, these are like the trick arrows. Now this kind of makes sense to have this like this, because now you have like a bundle of like arrows, you know. So it is cool that they gave us like arrows like that. There's like a bundle. But even I kind of admit, that it would probably been cool if we had like one single arrow where you could have like Oliver or the arrow like just holding the one arrow like he's getting ready to shoot. But they do have it like built into like this right here too as well, like the bow. Now, one of the things I'm going to show is actually how you can put this quiver on the back of Oliver, because you can see there's like the peg hole. So what you do is take this quiver and then you just press it on his back, which is kind of cool. Now you also can even rotate it, as you can see, so I think that is kind of awesome, that they had that. Then you can actually take your bundle of arrows, or I know you call them like trick arrows, and you just set them aside like that. So that is kind of like a cool little thing to have, So I do believe that's kind of a cool little feature to have with him, and you can actually rotate it to whichever side you want it on, so that's kind of cool. Then the last one is this actual bow and arrow that he has with that one single arrow in it. Now you can't take it out. It's like it's built into it. When you look at it, you can actually see it right there. So what I do is see if I can put this like in his hands. I can't get the bow in two hands, but I must admit I did actually have to loosen the hands with a hair dryer to actually get them into his hands, But you can get it in two hands. Kind of, it looks kind of odd, But I did have to actually loosen them to get it in there. Alright. It's like it's better to actually have like the bow and arrow in one hand with like Oliver or with Arrow himself too as well, Like it actually just looks better that way, So now what I do is actually talk about like the articulation of the arrow figure itself. So as you can see, here's the figure. And I must admit, if you keep it down like that, it does look like Steve Amell, If you keep him like kind of like in the shade like that, it does kind of have like a good likeness to him. But I do like how they put like some like shading, like to give him like a little beard right there. I think that's kind of cool, because when it's like that, it does look like him, from the show. I do know that you can kind of pull this back too somewhat, but I don't want to disturb it too much. I just leave it there. Now it isn't that much like articulation in his head. You really can't turn it. It's like because of this hood, it's like stopping it, So he's stuck like in this pose. But it does it's like his arms, they do rotate up. He does have a swivel in it, A hinge right there too. You can bend them, Hands can rotate. He kind of has an ab crunch, but not too much, Legs can split. Knees can be bent too as well. You also can bend the feet. They have like a pivot in it. Even to the side too, as you can see. You can kind of turn it to the side like that hinge. Other leg can be bent too as well. Feet too as well. It has like that rotation on that hinge on it. Now the likeness to like the outfit, that's pretty cool. I forget what season, like I said, this is based on. So I'm guessing this is from like 2018, if I'm not mistaken. I'd be forgetting, But yeah, I like the look of the outfit. It's a nice looking arrow figure, It was cool. I like how you can see the arrows right there, like on his holster right there. He has like 3 smaller ones. I think that's kind of cool too. I like the detail, like in the zipper too as well. I think that's pretty cool. Like the zipper right there. Even like his neck, And it feels like plastic material. Yeah, I'm liking this figure though. Another thing, he does seem to stand pretty well too as well, I have no trouble getting him to stand. Okay, just for a comparison, this is Green Arrow next to Superman Action Comics 1000 and Batman Detective Comics 1000. Okay, there's the Green Arrow figure based on the TV series Arrow, which I was a huge fan of, So yeah, I would definitely recommend this for like fans of the Arrow TV series, if you really are a fan of that particular version of Green Arrow, I would definitely recommend it for that crew, you know. And this is from McFarlane Toys, you know, and this is the DC Multiverse Green Arrow figure. And like I said, I did have trouble finding this like in stores, so I actually had to order this from GameStop, you know. So if anything, that's probably where you would find it. If you find like in store, but like Walmart and Target and so on, I don't think you would be able to find, you know. I haven't, you know. But anyway, I would definitely recommend picking this one up, you know. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well. You have failed this city. Dun 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 dun.